And now we are finally to kind of the highlight of this hike.
Displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the Parks Professor.
Welcome back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor. We are at Maumee Bay State Park. We are in northern Ohio. We are about 20 miles east of Toledo. Today is Sunday, October the 13th. And the temperature right now is a damp and gloomy and a little bit chilly 56 degrees with a light mist. There are several trails at this park, and today we're going to hike the most famous trail. We're going to hike the Boardwalk trail. This boardwalk is nearly 2 miles long. It is one of the longest boardwalks in Ohio. It goes through a wetland. And it also takes us to an overlook platform where we can see Lake Erie. So that is the plan for today. Let's get to it. We're working our way around the boardwalk loop. I've seen a few birds, but not a lot in the way of wildlife. This grass here on this side of the trail and actually on either side of the trail is sufficiently dense that you can't really see a lot in the grass. This is a really nice boardwalk. I think I mentioned that this was one of the longest boardwalks in Ohio. It's nearly 2 miles long if you go all the way around the loop as we plan to do. So it's a really nice boardwalk here. Very nice hike, even though it's kind of a dreary day. We will keep heading for the overlook platform. We finally made it to a spot that is a little more open and therefore is a little bit wetter. There are a few interpretive signs here that tell us about common plants out here. That tells us about the buttonbush, which I think are those kind of black colored balls that are just in front of us there. Still very dense here once you get past this open area. It's a little more open here though. We have a little ways to go and we'll get to the main overlook platform. So let's keep going. We've been hiking clockwise around the boardwalk loop, and now we are finally to kind of the highlight of this hike, and that is that overlook tower right there. It's built to look like a bird's nest from a distance. There's a spiral staircase that'll take us up to the top. So let's get heading up to the top.
I muted the original audio on this video clip due to the wind, but this is the view from the top of the observation tower. This is looking north towards Lake Erie. Lake Erie is the body of water that you see across that levee there. It is a 360-degree view from the top of this tower, and so I'm going to pan all the way around. This is looking east and southeast through the marsh that we've been hiking through. That is the boardwalk that I hiked to get to this tower. We're going to keep panning around to the west, and the lake will come into view again here. This is the view to the west along Lake Erie towards Toledo. You can see a few birds up here, but there aren't any birds that are really close enough that I could get them on camera. Now we're back around to the view to the north, directly towards Lake Erie. This is a really nice observation tower. I've done this hike a couple of times, and the previous times I've done this hike, the observation point that was here wasn't as nice and wasn't as elevated into the wind as this tower is. So we're going to admire this view for a little bit more, and then we will continue around the boardwalk loop.
We're back at the start of the trail that leads to the overlook. And there's one more thing I wanted to show you here. That trail going off to the left there, that is the spur trail to the overlook. And they're in the process right now of rebuilding this boardwalk. And they're adding these nice little rest areas with benches. And these are brand new, at least they look brand new. So I thought those were interesting. So we will keep heading around the loop of the boardwalk. We're almost back to the nature center where this boardwalk started, and therefore we are almost to the end of this hike. This is a really nice boardwalk and a really nice hike. I'm originally from Ohio, and therefore I've done a lot of hiking in Ohio. And I've hiked a lot of boardwalks in Ohio. And of all the boardwalks I've hiked in Ohio, probably this one and the one down at Cedar Bog, which is down near Springfield. Those are probably my two favorites. Both of them go through wetlands, different types of wetlands. But they're long and there's a lot of interesting wetlands to see on those two boardwalks. Also, this is possibly my favorite state park in Northwest Ohio. There's a lodge here, there's a golf course here, there's a disc golf course here. There are just a lot of interesting things to see and do here at Maumee Bay State Park. I do want to thank you for watching. Parking full time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I heartily thank you every day. Also, if you like this sort of thing, please click the thumbs up button. And if you really like this sort of thing, please click the subscribe button. Those two things encourage me to bring more of this your way. And it also helps other people to find this video. So I'm going to close out this video. Till next time, from the Boardwalk Trail at Maumee Bay State Park in Northwest Ohio. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor for Parking Full Time. Have a great afternoon. Take care. And Lord bless.